And the Forsaken, I look, my first job was survive.
What? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Eclectic Beard Reactions. Now, this go around is another one of y'all's requests. This is Chester P. Fire in the Streets. I'm guessing this isn't going to be a fire in the booth. He out in the streets taking and doing. Yeah, I'm smart. Before we get any further, like, subscribe, and notification bell. Y'all keep the recommendations coming. Here you go.
See, there's vultures in all the branches, enhancing the morning flares, and the shutters on every block who are stocking their only shares, and there's police up on every corner and circulating the square. Nothing but stale smoke and urination on the stairs, and there's nothing but bad blood and these drugs that will keep us here. Ghosts to the last frogs who will laugh when the reaper neared. It's the last of the last suppers. These brass knuckles will teach you to be sincere in the streets with the masked muggers. Now look, there's death waiting, the system is breathtaking, it's snap.
All right, so I'm hearing the lyrics that this man's putting out. So he's talking about drugs. He's talking about the police taking a walk in the block. He's talking about brass knuckles will teach you respect on the streets, and he looks like an investment banker. But right before, as he's on a cold day, before he goes to play some pool or goes to play some tennis or something like that. Powder paper is kind of the same way. The way they look and what they rap about, completely different than what you have with a mental image when you see a picture. So.
And the system is breathtaking, it's snatching the breaths, waiting while making the next patron in line to regard Satan divine as the steps take him. Because living's just a game that we play with a death stake in. It's kind of
living is just a game we play with. Dude, I like. Yes, because many people, they try to flirt with and cheat death all the time.
We play with a death staking. It's kind of tricky to walk with the ground quaking beneath your feet, and these were the scenes of the first making. I burst into life fighting with strife and the laws raging, searching for infinity's price and the Forsaken. I look, my first job was survive.
What? Bursting to life, taking and fighting through the stress and anger, finding the infinity. What? Fighting through the infinity.
And the Forsaken. I look, my first job was
hold on.
Raging, searching for infinity's price and the Forsaken. I look, my first job was survival beyond the
searching through the infinity's press and the Forsaken. What?
Red line and trying to make a pound before dying to make the headline. Walking a tightrope into clouds of an open purgatory. Thoughts of suicidal approach, but looking scared to approach. Cause half these rappers in the making wanna murder me verbally, coach. Walking these streets of uncertainty. The flames circle me, doubters will get their fingers burnt and left alone to linger amongst us until the king returns. The great secrets of life are trapped inside of us, blinded by the fact half our lives they try to lie to us. Far from the path of truth, all these leaders have misguided us, and this is why they tell us that Jesus had come and died for us.
Dude, like the lyrical quality of what he's spitting is absolute insanity, man. Talking about how we're being misled in life by our government, how they take and use religion and stuff like that to take and control us. Like, what?
Why they tell us that Jesus had come and died for us. A true apocalypse, bricks of the new Acropolis. What? The triple goddess is shadowed by all these obelisks. My whole procedure's the workings of cosmologists, scholars of inner science who certainly need acknowledging. This concrete jungle made it hard for us to know our roots, trying to show the youths.
I'm not gonna make this a 25-minute video reaction to a 3.5 minute song, but I'm gonna tell you right now the level of what he's spitting, like it's another plane of existence type stuff. Like, cause this is stuff that I could go back and rewind to take and catch, to not catch, but make sure I'm getting every word right to take and digress, because this is type of stuff that, like, I fuck with that.
For us to know our roots, trying to show the youths about Steiner and Christian Rosenkreutz and Paracelsus and others I know have told the truth regarding how we live and we die and these other known taboos. See, these systems of old, they're being stripped at source, turned against the masses in masses of evil Hitler sorts. Misinformation degrading the way we teach ourselves, chasing all our souls and our spirits into a deeper hell. I think it's time that we banged on these doors forcefully. Watch for the four horsemen approaching and reinforcing me. Wars in the Holy Land while they cling to their set of rosaries. Wars in the Holy Land in the hands of the devil, totally raping the earth, globally cursed, the street mogully, nobly so controlling these boulders I throw at nobody. I take a moment to aim at a realer enemy, dealing with good and bad and not rappers who wanna send for me. Walk with the seventh letter with blood from the 7th century. 77 angels surrounding my family mentally, walking up Jacob's ladder with daggers and bloody Ouija boards. A plague of locusts approaching before you see the Lord. I'm fully focused on something I call a deeper cause. Beefing over money and drugs has got these streets at war. These politicians straight lying through their teeth. When there's riots in the ends, they go and hide in their retreats while the people.
Bruh, for the person that recommended this, thank you. Like, cause I so badly want to take and go back through and just make this a 20-minute reaction video. I really do, because there's so much to unpack in what he's saying. There's so much to unpack because he's delving into stuff that dates back to religion, dates back to is talking about the four horsemen, talking about angels walking up Jacob's ladder, which it's about walking up Jacob's ladder with seven Ouija boards covered in blood, seeing 77 angels. It's a perversion of, number one, Jacob's ladder, Jacob in the Bible taking a stairway to heaven. Jacob being in Genesis, first book of the Bible. Jacob's ladder, Jacob seen a ladder to heaven. There's a stairway up there where he saw angels manifest to him. He's talking about walking Jacob's ladder. 7 bloody Ouija boards, 77 angels, 3 sevens in the Bible being representative of being on the right path. Just the whole overall. And then speaking of money and drugs, got the streets at war with each other. And once rioting happens and stuff like that, the elite take and go hide in their retreats. So everything's basically working as preordained, or that as it's supposed to. Even though there's a better way of taking and doing things, essentially, but there's so much more to unpack from even before that with the obelisk and dude, it's just so much imagery in here. It's not even funny.
People out of road can barely buy enough to eat. I heard that knowledge was a flame, so here's some fire for the streets, yeah? These politicians straight lying through their teeth. When there's riots in their ends, they go and hide in their retreats. While the people out of road can barely buy enough to eat. Heard that knowledge was a flame, so here's some fire in the streets, yeah? Big up Charlie Sloth, big up Zach, big up Musty Volkov on the beats, all my Australian family, Task Force, Real Talk Records coming soon.
Wow, Chester P. Fire in the Streets. I like that. I like that a lot, because the imagery that he used from the Four Horsemen, talking about that, and we see manifestations of what he's talking about. Because let's see, this was 2014. Everything we see taking and going on, I mean, literally, he's talking about there being a better way. We're being lied to by the government, how they take and use religion as a means to take and control the populace, and how they've taken and actually poisoned religions that people have traditionally followed, to use it as a means of controlling the populace and things like that. Taking and just how he's going to take and spit some knowledge, take and break things down for folks. He's coming with being backed by the four horsemen after taking and seeing. So he thinks he's on the right path, trying to, it's basically that's like I said, the imagery of Jacob's ladder to heaven. He's trying to take and show folks that what you've been shown is not real. The government's taking a lying to you, and at the first sign of trouble, and we've seen it over and over again, especially here in the U.S. where rioting is happening, mass protests and civil unrest in the streets. The mayors of these places and the governors of these places allow stuff to take and go on. They encourage it until the protests reach the street, the foot of their homes, and then they shut it down. So what's good for me is not good for thee. I can take and basically say you're taking, say something's good, but once it takes and reaches my doorstep, it's got to take and stop. If the government was benevolent and looking out for our good, and it doesn't matter what country you're in my opinion, if they were benevolent towards their citizens and as needful for their citizens as what they proclaim, whenever stuff like that happens, they want to take and sit there and go, oh yeah, this needs a change, or that needs a change, or people are right, their voice need to be heard. Whenever the protests reached the foot of their homes, they wouldn't take and immediately shut everything down because they're made uncomfortable. They would take and work on addressing the issues being brought forth that cause the rioting and protesting. So I love this, but I absolutely love this. So like what you see, like, subscribe, notification bell. Y'all have a lovely one. Peace.